Don't be a creep, don't be an and don't overthink. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, and if you are new here, my name is Phong Lee, and I am a photographer, videographer, audio enthusiast, and in summary, I'm just someone who loves using technology to create cool, creative stuff. As much as I love having new gear, I wanted to emphasize how important it is to have reliable gear, but also the right people with you to use it with, if that makes sense. I think everyone gets obsessed over the best gear, but have you ever considered that all of it is essentially useless if you have no one or nothing to shoot? And trust me, I'm guilty of this as well, because with my collection of things that you can see that I've acquired over the past few years, I got cameras, lights, lenses, and accessories, and most of this is pointless if you don't have an idea or the drive to actually put all of this together into a concept and then go and actually practically shoot it. I know all of this can be nerve-wracking for both photographers and the talent, so that's why in today's video I just wanted to share a little bit of insight on my process, what I do to plan for a photo shoot without overwhelming you. First off, what I tend to do is look for inspiration. Before reaching out to anyone or even buying any type of gear, I like to make a collection of things that inspire me, and I use it as a reference for a potential shoot. This can be things like saving videos on YouTube to a playlist, favoriting posts on Instagram, creating collection boards on Pinterest, anything really that just inspires me. Personally, I juggle between all of this, and I primarily use OneNote to set up my boards because honestly, it's free. It's already included in Windows, which is my primary operating system, and it syncs across all of my devices from tablets to mobile, so that's why I kind of stick with that. I try to create multiple boards because sometimes they stick and then sometimes they don't. That's just the way inspiration works. After I find some stuff that I really like, that leads me to the next step, which is the technicalities. What I mean by the technicalities is that I like to overanalyze the pictures in order to figure out how I can achieve similar results in terms of lighting, composition, wardrobe, makeup, the poses, and just overall vibes that the picture gives me. This means I try to find locations similar to it, I go and grab props if I need to, and just make sure I have the right resources on hand. I also try to figure out as well how I can capture some of that stuff behind the scenes for social media, YouTube, and maybe even put together a short visual film at the end of it, because video is kind of everything nowadays. When it comes to gear, this is always preferential and it's always a huge debate, but I'm gonna keep it real brief. Shoot first, buy later. I've bought a lot of gear over the years, most of which were bad ideas, but I've adjusted over the time that I've had with what fits my habits. For instance, I got tired of renting strobes, lenses, and additional camera bodies, so I just legitimately went out and bought my own that I can just easily travel with and keep in my studio. Eventually, I even got tired of renting other basic spaces and decided that I should probably get my own place here to shoot and store all this gear. I want to stress that gear truly is subjective, but for my personal photography setup, I always have at least one of my portable Godox strobes, a trigger that goes with it, my Tamron 28 to 75mm zoom lens, and my A7R5. To emphasize, when I'm in my studio, I do have full access to all of this gear, but if I'm on the go, this is my setup because regardless if I'm shooting indoors or even outdoors, there are just so many variables to consider when it comes to lighting. Having a portable strobe allows me to add light when I need it and eliminate shadows. A 28 to 75mm lens is right around the sweet spot for the portrait range, and my A7R5 is fast, responsive, and shoots 61 megapixels, so it gives me more room to work with in post if I need to punch in, or if I want to publish the prints on a large canvas like a magazine, billboard, poster, whatever it is. I won't dabble too long in gear because again, that can go on forever because it's all preferential, but if you want my full breakdown of my gear, let me know in the comments down below and I'll go ahead and make a dedicated video for it. Now, once I have a rough idea of what I actually want to visually achieve, this is where I start looking for the talent to see if they'd be down to be a part of the shoot. This is where having a few like-minded friends who are models, stylists, set designers, and or makeup artists will come in handy. But if you don't have any, no worries, I have a couple of recommendations. You see, when I first started, I didn't have many people who were willing to model for me, so I reached out to friends or family to see if they'd be down to help me out. If you prefer meeting people in person, try going to local events such as live music shows, fashion shows, art galleries, showcases, and places where there are potentially like-minded creative individuals who are going to be interested in working with you and chasing the same ideas that you are. If you prefer the online route, try joining Facebook groups, Reddit forums, and Instagram to see if there are people around who are willing to do trade for print. TFP for short. This type of shoot is basically an exchange of resources for print. This is actually how I've met quite a few models and made quite a few friends along the way, and I've been fortunate enough that they've all been game and are just as enthusiastic as I am to shoot and get work created and done. If you want to get people to work with you, don't be a creep and don't be an Be upfront and let them know how you can both help each other out and how it benefits both parties. I've always been pretty transparent with the talent so they know exactly who I am, what I do, understand what they're trying to do, and then figure out how we can collaborate to get there. Most talent will go and get their own hair, makeup, and wardrobe done and prepped in advance. So I make sure I have all my stuff together because it needs to be a collaborative effort with a clear goal in mind. If you get rejected or you don't get any response, do not take it personal and just move on to the next person, because there is always someone out there who is looking for an opportunity as well to create, to collaborate, and share the same interests that you do. Now, once we have most of this process figured out, we lock down a shoot date. I stay in communication until that day comes. Usually I'll share my inspirations with the talent, ask for feedback, ask for inspirations that they have, and then just keep that conversation again going, as it'll keep us in sync and excited until the shoot date, because your energy and your vibe is everything prior to the shoot date. Now, onto the actual shoot. Typically, if I'm not shooting at my studio, I'll visit the location that we're gonna meet up at in advance to get an idea of what I'm working with. On the shoot date, I show up about an hour early so I can scope out the place, even prep, and just be ready for when the talent arrives, because I wanna be on top of my A game. I usually set up another camera for behind the scenes footage as well, so that way I can use it for other platforms. On the shoot day, the best advice that I can recommend and just give you guys is just relax and trust the process, because the point of the shoot is just to do your best and have fun creating cool stuff. Being the director and the driver for everything, your energy and enthusiasm drive the entire shoot. So if you're in constant doubt, your talent's gonna notice, the energy levels are gonna dip, and you're going to get unsatisfactory results. Take your time to experiment, communicate as much as you can, ask for suggestions, be open to revisions, because 90% of the time, let's be honest, nothing goes as planned. What you're gonna discover throughout shooting is that it's a lot less about gear and a lot more about problem solving, because there are so many variables to consider. If you're shooting outside, the weather becomes a variable. If you're indoors, lighting, props, fixtures, that's all variable. Treat it like a learning experience, stay optimistic, communicate, take care of your crew, even if it's just you two. And if I haven't stressed it enough already, have fun. Art is about expression, and nothing that was great was ever achieved without trial and error. So just keep shooting. Don't compare yourself to other people. With that being said, if you made it this far, thank you. You could have really been anywhere else, but here you are hanging out with me. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. I hope this video is gonna help you out with planning your next photo shoot. It's time I tune out, because I actually have to go finish cleaning up, because I just wrapped up a photo shoot outlining this entire process, and I gotta get ready for the next shoot. But if you found this video helpful at all, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Peace.